Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Fin Fishing series. So, logged in. This is actually my first cast here. It was a rainy, cold day. I got logged in, got set up here, and decided to do a jig step as much as I can today since it was cold. So, that was the first bite. It was a kind of small Arctic char, but not too bad. Far as between episodes, I did absolutely nothing, so you haven't missed anything. I did take a quick look at the cafe. Not a whole lot of good orders out there for today. I have not actually checked to see if we still have a weekly US char record. We got knocked down a spot. We're down to 4 now, which I'm okay with. That happens. And we'll just see what we can do today. Another decent bite here. This one feels like a perch, though. Still haven't really decided what's next for me either. Um, haven't really looked into it. Still do have 1 point to spend. I'm trying to decide between wobblers, spoons, or jigging. Right now, I'm leaning towards jigging since we're doing a fair amount of it. This was a small char. It was still a marker, at least. It is early afternoon my time, so getting this in early today is Friday the 19th, if I'm reading it. Nope, 18th of November 2022. Been some good discussion on one of my videos, and I can't remember if it was a spin video or a float video about how to, recommendations for a newer player and what what I would recommend and what others recommend. And ultimately I would say it's, what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy float fishing? Do you enjoy spin fishing? Do you enjoy bottom fishing? Um, Bottom fishing obviously can be lucrative. It's probably the most common way that folks get started in the game. That's part of why I'm doing stuff a little bit different here, to give folks a different viewpoint. I'm not just rushing to 3 bottom rods and doing all the bottom fishing. I will say I've obviously seen that spin fishing can be lucrative, but you also level up a lot quicker, especially early on. Keep in mind this character is 10 hours behind, or 10 in-game days basically behind my float character, and is already a much higher level. Well, not much higher, but 18 and a half, where the float character is 16 a little bit. So because of starting with the light rod, that helps that. It can be lucrative. We made a fair amount of silver, don't get me wrong, but I feel like bottom fishing and float fishing you can make more silver on quicker, but you get more experience points spin fishing. And you can always take your spin rod off of your spin fishing pole and put it on a bottom rod, or put it on a bolognese rod, or something like that as well. So you're not by any means locked into a certain. Yes, you can put points in it, which can help you with getting bigger fish, but that really matters more as you level up rather than early on in your career. So I would say focus on something early on, but also do what you enjoy, figure out what you like. You do get one reset of your skill points. Save that until you're in level 20s. By then, you'll know what you enjoy. You'll know what you want to put your skill points into. Or you could start off bottom float fishing and then switch your skill points over to spin fishing or something. So just things to think about there. But, too long don't read style type thing. Freshman Fishing 4 is a grind, especially if you're doing it free to play. So definitely do what you enjoy. Don't just try and speed run it because you will never speed run. There are folks that have probably played 900 hours in game, still are leveling up. Might even be able to see that on it. Go look at the ratings. Yeah. 17,000 in-game days. Each one of those is an hour. Now, granted, that's over years and years and years and years. Did I read that right? 17,000? Yeah, 17,000, 25,000. So this gives you an idea of how long some people stay in game. Maybe they just stay in game and bottom fish all the time, AFK. Keep in mind in this series we're about 39, 40 hours into the game. It'll actually tell me if I go statistics. Yeah, we're 46 hours into the game. Some of that has been me forgetting to log out. We're probably about 40 hours active, assuming I actually have my episode numbers right. I discover I am bad about updating. At least 3 or 4 times I've had to go back through the playlist and update episode numbers because I skipped one or I forgot to increment it. Hello, fish. Feels like a pretty decent fish. I'm not going to say amazing, but it is a char too, so that should be worth a decent amount. 1.47 kilo char, 4,400 experience points, got some more spin fishing percentage. Still would like to get 45 spin fishing because that does unlock 3-way jig, which I think would even be better than here. And from talking with some folks, I'm hearing the same thing, that they're catching some good fish doing that way. Obviously, we're not there yet. We'll get there. This one's a small fish, whatever it is. I decided to pull there at least. Turn my head so I'm not getting blinded off the reflection. Is a small char, might be, and not quite a marker. Still 400 experience points though. If you've been watching my float fishing, we're getting 100 experience points, 60 experience points per. Still a decent fish. Get more so we're not staring into this reflection of the sun. Another small fish. Sun just went down as well. This is no longer reflecting. There's our first perch of the day. Non-marker. Here in real life, it's a really cold day. We're not going to break freezing. So I'm actually sitting in my house with a flannel shirt on and a stocking cap or hat just because I don't have a whole lot of insulation on the top. I have a whole lot of hair up there. Putting on the cap definitely helps keep you warm. It's a fun dog walk at lunch today because of how cold it was. My knee is not happy with it being this cold today. I think it's only the second day this year. This season, I'm not going to say this year because January, February. Second winter's day that not going to break freezing. Luckily, no rain or any snow. Another marker char. I mainly came to do jigging today because the temperature was right for it. Never got warm. It was actually raining when I first logged in. Typically around 11 to 13 degrees is when I don't get a lot of activity anymore. It never got to double digits from what I saw. When I logged in at 3 o'clock, it was basically 7 degrees. So far, it's turned out pretty decent. Reading a quick email for that 4-letter W word. Perch. There's a decent fish. Feels like a char. least kind of jerking around like a char tends to. I don't know if it's an Arctic char or a normal char. Doesn't feel like a perch, that's for sure. It is a good char. Like a couple kilo, maybe? Yeah, 1 kilo. Not bad. Getting something on the bottom there. That's why we're getting tension on the line. Yeah, I've drifted a little bit too, which is always weird to me how far you drift on an anchor in this game. You tie yourself off a lot tighter than you apparently do in the game. Eight fish in 17 minutes, a little bit slow, but they've all been pretty decent fish. I think it's been worth it. We are over 50% to level 19 too, I just realized. Almost 76,000 of 150,000. Didn't look at the weather for tomorrow, so I don't know what it's going to do in game. Probably should. Slowed my retrieval speed down a little bit. Noticed I wasn't getting big step as much as I. And when I say that, if you look basically something, you look at my left arm, it says jig step there, about halfway up the arm. That gives you a bonus to attracting. That's where you do the one rotation, pause for a second, or one or two rotations, second. Decent perch. That lit up area over there is the campsite here at Kuori. You haven't seen that right here. Campsite's right fishing over. It's 13 meters. And yes, I'm probably casting out to that 13-meter hole. I'm getting a 58 to 59-meter cast. Or dead limit and lost a leader, which means had a big fish on. It broke the leader, stole the lure. But because their leader was the correct size, they only lost the leader and the lure. They didn't reel, break their line. That ultimately saved money. Decent fish here. Probably another perch would be my guess. Might be a char, but I think it's might be a burbot. It's a perch still. Pike, aren't you? Yep. 1.1 kilo pike. So something to be a little concerned about. Pike can bite through your line, your leader fairly easily. You're actually fishing for pike. There are steel leaders that you use. I like to look down like I am, so I've just pulled my mouse down so I can see my hand. That way I know I'm making a full rotation of the hand. Not entirely surprised it's a little bit slow at night here. Expected that. Honestly, trolling wouldn't be much better. Got another fish on at least. May not be amazing, but it's a fish. I think that's another pike. Nope, it's an Arctic. Tiny Arctic char. Probably need to look at how much tea I have. I think I still have plenty, but I've drank quite a bit. Especially today because I logged in and evidently had forgotten to log out at the end of last episode and had food pretty much empty and comfort empty and energy. Another reason that's another reason I kind of decided to go jigging. What gave me some time to get out here, energy up, potentially had a fish on. It is a bit of a boat ride out here. Feels like another perch or small Arctic or pike. Perch. No, it's a burbot. Good burbot too. 1.3 kilo burbot. Not a bad fish. I'm leaning more and more towards putting a point into jigging too. Care about that work email? Good old congratulations, you've got a free something or other. Going to conferences years ago. It's like some sort of complimentary book that I don't care about. Company I work for got acquired not too long ago, and I'm having to rebuild all my email rules to get rid of those stupid things. Or at least for now, they're still forwarding my old email to my new email. Weird snores coming from the dog. And on the couch next to me, his head's basically at my elbow and is out. Feel him dreaming a little bit. Not getting jig step as much as I would like right now. Definitely drifted quite a ways, honestly. I'm up, pick up the anchor and move for peak times. I want to be at 92, 92. I was at 92, 91 when I started. Now we're over. Been blown south 3 grid, three, not grid square, 3 coordinate. The wind is coming out of the north, so I want to go to about 92, 93. And we'll drop the anchor. I like turning the engine off just so I don't have to listen to it. Not you don't pay for gas or anything like that, other than just the boat rental ticket by itself. Frog paw on hand. About 33 minutes into it. 12 fish, a little bit light, but we're also getting into what I would kind of call the peak time frame right around now. Weather looks about perfect for on too. Just cold enough that I think fish will be busy. Just cloudy enough as well too. course, as I say that, absolutely nothing so far. The system just met a spike. Reason I know that is rig cut off by fish teeth. Means they bit through either the end of the line or their leader if they had a and leader's gone, the lure's gone, we got a fish on. Small Arctic. I'll take it. See something pop up in the center at the bottom. That's me noticing we're getting some tension on the line. Press R as in radio. See if there's a fish on. You also hold down R and scroll the mouse wheel to change your rotation speeds. It's telling me my retrieval speed's at 40 when I'm just seeing if there's a fish on. Here we go. This would probably be a char with the way it's bouncing around. This is a good char. Got it. 3.427, another 10,000 experience points. and 42.6. So there's another 40 silver in the bank. And that's probably another US weekly record. Smaller than the one we already had, so maybe fifth place. See. Remembered I want to turn my friction brake back down after pulling that fish in. I like to keep it around 20. That gives you a decent amount so the fish doesn't just immediately, excuse me, doesn't just immediately take off and run away. It also doesn't risk locking your reel, putting so much tension on that you break something right away. The initial hit of the fish is usually stronger than the bite of the fish. Is that whatever there is at the bottom of the lake there? So with that nice fish, we're probably up to 70 to 80 silver, if not more. Still plenty of time for more fish. And that 10,000 experience points was nice too. Another small fish on. It's a perch. Not even a marker. Wasted fish. Well, I'm going to say that pike was not number 5 weekly. Not pike. I was reading someone else's pike. That char, not going to be number 5 weekly so far. He would be close, but I guess someone's got a little bit bigger. Or the system's just really slow. One more decent. There's a great name. Broken English. There's something. I think it's amazing. No, it's a perch. At least it's a marker. And again, if you're not used to my terminology, that green check marker, that just means a fish is worth a little bit more. If it turns gold and has a little trophy on it, it's a trophy. If it's blue, I think it's a blue star air trophy. Very rare sized fish. Very, very big fish for that species. Trying to get out of whatever that is, bottom of the lake there, running into. Left something on the table right in front of my TV that I use for an external monitor right now. So hard for me to see. It happens to be right where the clock of how long this episode is. Over to the side to see around it. I'm too lazy to put the laptop down, stand up, move it back in the episode. We're pretty close to the end. I mean, I know I started about 3 p.m. yesterday, so it's in. This is another good char. I'll take it. Only 1 to 2 kilos. Oh, nice. 6.9 kilo rainbow. That would have been a fish. Oh no, that's a fish on. I thought that was the random crap at the bottom of the lake. That long and where it says now the real hand or rotation speed is selected automatically. You can kind of tell there's a fish actually on. I get that by pressing R key. A decent pike, not a pike, it's a perch. I did not sleep too well last night, so my brain's going a little crazy today. I slept really well, and then I woke up at 4 a.m. for no good reason. Finally fell asleep at 5:36 again. Did not want to get out of bed when my alarm went off. Probably have about one more cast after this one. Didn't look where we started experience wise, but I know at one time we were 75,000, so we gotten at least 20,000 experience. Not bad. That still means we're 3 or 4 days away from 19, and then I think 19 to 20s 200,000 experience. 20 does unlock Volkov, which is good for shopping. It's also a good spin fishing. Not going to call it a lake because it's not really a lake. It's a really big river. If I remember correctly, also has a dam on it. A while since a half lake, half river. Volkov is one of those places that pretty much has anything and everything that would be in the shop in stock. Making some silver before we get there, not a bad thing. And it's reasonably priced. I don't think it's the cheapest that you can get. I think technically winding and mosquito are cheaper by a small percentage. Look up, I think Kilted Jock actually has a spreadsheet. If not, there's some other spreadsheets out there that have um, what the prices are. Every water body has different prices, and each thing can be different. Sometimes like I know Oldberg, the tackle shop is very expensive, but the grocery store is cheap. So if you're at Oldberg, it's worth it to buy your food, your tea there, but not necessarily buying your pods. But you also need to factor in if you leave, you got to pay to come back. Only 9 silver or 8 or 9 silver. You go to Oldberg here, it's 26, 27 silver. Come back. It's things you got to keep in mind. Is it worth it? Are you saving that much by going somewhere else to buy it? Or is it something that's not even in stock? Where another decent, probably char here because of how active it is fighting. Nope, it would be a pike. I want to get you in as quickly as I can. Big pike. Glad I have the big leader on. Because big leader is harder for Mr. Pike to bite through. Alright, this is going to be our last cast of the day. Definitely been a good day. 19 fish in an hour. Not horrible, not amazing. Quite at an hour. It looks like 58 minutes. See, the last half of the digit, the minute digit, and the seconds on my timer. Could alt tab and move it, but I'm gonna have to stand up after this anyway. Need to stretch my knee out with the cold. It's getting a little stiff. In 6th grade, I was playing basketball, not not anything major, just kind of a fun league, and stepped weird on it, fractured my leg for took over a year because it was a weird angle for the X-ray to find it, and it was basically heat. But because I walked on it weird, it's in it. Of course, that's also the leg that I stepped on the fence post with a week or so ago, and have been walking weird as the bottom of my foot healed too. So my knee is not happy with it. That looks like a lake trout. That is a lake trout. Definitely the first lake trout we've caught jigging. So we'll go ahead and switch back over to lure rig. Kilo on it. Put a 10-meter clip on. Raise the anchor. We'll go into trolling mode. We'll take out rod 1. I'll sit out there and just see if we get anything on our way back to the dock. Overall, though, 20 fish, not bad. I'm gonna say we got 100 silver, maybe 115. And got a couple good fish on. Got a good fish on here, and looks like a small one over on the other one. And I forgot to lock this reel, so I was lucky. I noticed it was laying weird in the water, and that gave me an idea that I might not have locked. Closed it. Another 1.1 kilo Laker. Good grayling. Not quite as good as I thought. Another small grayling. Small Laker. Ran into something. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I was about to turn as soon as I cast. Actually thought I was closer to the island than the rock wall, though. Aim for the dock. I think I've said it. You don't have to go back to the dock. You can probably go back anywhere. I just like the dock. It feels more realistic where if you're going to borrow a boat, you're going to return it back to where you got it from. And it also puts you where you can run by the cafe to go see if there's anything you want to Europike. See if there's anything you want to turn in there. Why did all my cell phones start making? Both my cell phones just made a bunch of noise all at once, and that's usually not a good sign. I don't know what. Looks like one of them was just it decided to refresh my email for the day. This looked like a good Vindus here, yeah. With 10 fish just coming back, that's pretty impressive. I did not expect to get this many fish. I'm kind of glad I decided to cast out. Usually I just hold shift and go as quickly as I can back to the dock. I did just put rod 1 away because we're getting pretty close to the dock. And I could hear this one pulling drag, so I knew it would take it a second to pull in. You're a Laker. You're a big Laker. I'll take it. Keep in mind, this is a much bigger rod than, or rod and reel than a lot of the other ones. There's a nice 4.5 kilo Laker right as we ran into the dock. So we'll take a quick look at the cafe. We did get this perch order. 6 non-marker perch for 12 silver, not bad. No brown trout, no grayling, or no common roach, no big graylings, no 5 big vinduses. I don't think we got a 3 kilo pike. We did not. Viburnum eyed whitefish we didn't get. So we'll go sell what we got. Again, those perch that I sold were worth nothing before, so that 12 silver is kind of a bonus. I'm gonna say 120 to 120. 138 plus the 12, so 150 silver day. Not bad at all. That 4.5 kilo Laker That's why I was surprised. Yeah, 3.4 kilo char was 41. All of them were pretty good there. That 4 kilo Laker was worth 11 as well too. Definitely a good day for 150 silver. So we're up to almost 300 silver. So definitely been a good couple days. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope y'all have good tight lines, and we'll see you then. Bye bye now.